Oh, hello everyone. All of you guys out there that are watching. Today I think it's just going to be me and Michael Wheaton here. Mike's going to be painting a little bit on his, and I'm going to finish the sombrero on La Charra here. The rest of the guys being the end of the month here. Some guys are with family and whatever, so they can watch it back. And besides, it's just detail painting. So I want to remind you all that when I switch the camera, I'll show you what she looks like right now. But I'm going to be giving away mine. So in about 2 weeks, I'll finish her up today. And then in about 2 weeks, I'm going to have the drawing for her. Now, I'll probably make a post before that. And those of you that want to get in on it, that's where I'll raffle it off. But there's I'll put the link for La Charra here. If you want to be a part of that giveaway, by all means, all you gotta do is say I'm in. Don't do it here. Hey, Plastic Monkey, don't do it here. I'll during the course of this, I'll get the hey Rick, I'll get the link for you. I'll post it up here in the comments, and then you guys can go in there and say I'm in. Now you have to be a subscriber. In North America, I'll pay the shipping to wherever it's got to go. If it's got to go overseas, shipping is a killer. I'll be more than happy. If you win it, just pay the shipping and I'll send it off to you. So with that being said, hey, Michael, there's Michael Wheaton there.
Hey.
So what I'm going to do real quick is let me switch this camera over down here so you can see what I'm doing here. Then I'll go right about here. All right. Now here she is now. I did her snake. How you doing, Bob? There's the snake. I went with a rattlesnake. There's a black rose there and a red rose. So she's finished. She's already been sealed, everything. So she's done. This is the base that's going to go with it. So that goes here. So she sits like that. And of course, then you have the sombrero that's going to go on there. Now, when I ship this out, whoever wins it, I'm not going to glue the sombrero or the base down. I don't want it to break in shipping, so it's better if it comes into 3 pieces like this here. And all you'll have to do, whoever wins this, all they'll have to do is, there's Mr. Michael.
Hey, guys.
Michael, what's going on, buddy? Mr. Lang is in the house. So all you'll have to do, whoever wins this, all you'll have to do is some CA glue will work, 2-part resin, whatever you want. You glue that on like that. And then her sombrero, there are these little pieces here that goes towards the front. If you look down, that little opening, I didn't fill that for a reason. That opening goes down. You'll never see that because once you glue that onto the head, there it is right there. So with that being said, remember, she's going to be a giveaway to a subscriber giveaway to somebody out there. Let me see if I can get a little closer in there so you can see her real good. So, I'm not focused. I hate these cameras. It's not focusing. Come on. I can get it to focus a little bit. Darn it. Yeah, don't want to focus. Anyway, there she is there. There's her face. If I can get this to focus, you can see her eyes real good. There's her eyes. So yeah, there's the back of her. I went in and did some ink work in here. Very light for a shadow. But yeah, there she is. And then I'll show it up closer. The base, there's the base. If I can get this damn thing down. There's the base. And then now we're just going to work on the sombrero. How you doing, Michael? Mr. Lane?
Good. Doing good.
All right, let me get
Mr.
this.
Wheaton, yeah, there.
What's that?
Mr. Wheaton, too?
Oh, yeah, we got Mr. Wheaton. The rest of the guys, Steve Sutton went to go visit his grandchildren.
Right too, yeah.
Jerry's busy. He's doing something. I think that he went to a party or something. So, all right, I was trying to figure out, if you can see here, I got a bunch of different paints. I'm going to use most of these. I was thinking about using these fluorescence, but I don't know yet. So here, I was trying to figure out what color to use on her, on this.
Yeah.
Now, seeing that her hair is that color there, and then she's got some yellow here and some red there, I didn't want that to clash with this. So trying to remember my color theory, I said a yellow green would go good. Light green would go good because it'll match this.
Yeah.
So, okay, I thought, well, let me check. So this thing here, guys, for you guys watching, is a savior. If you don't have one, get one. They're cheap. You can get it at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Amazon. I would get it at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or whatever art store you go to, because Amazon are pretty expensive for these things. But if you notice, there's the green right there. This green right here, it's right about there. And down here are your complementary colors, these three. So you can go to violet, a red violet, or a red. And then over here you have a blue violet, and over here you have an orange, a red orange. So there are your colors. And see that color right there? That almost matches her hair. So what is that color right there? Green. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to probably do green, some yellow, the little dots yellow. So let's start that. For that, I have this here. I'm using the Citadel Moot Green. Let me get my glasses on. I've got, where's my paintbrush? I think I will use, let me start out with, I don't know them. This is a number 2, but I don't, it's a sable. This is a broken toad. So I mentioned before that I very rarely use one of these. But if I'm doing a lot, then I'll use one. So out comes my wet palette. Nothing here. The red might be able to use, the blue, the turquoise, the pink. So we'll see. Because on this side, there'll be different colors. This right here, I wanted to match or to complement that blue. So if you look, that green and that blue match.
Yeah, that'll pop out. Yeah.
Yep. So let me shake this up, make sure I get some out. Where's my?
When you did the overall dark wash, you used ink, right?
You're talking about what? On the hair or on the snake?
On the hat. On the hat.
On the hat, I used the way I used it. That's all ink. All of this is ink.
Okay. Okay.
You know, I based it in Stynylrez neutral yellow primer.
Right.
And then this is all transparent burnt umber.
Okay.
And then when I did that, I just took a little bit of burnt sienna, the transparent burnt sienna, and I dusted it with the airbrush on both sides.
Yeah.
Just to give it a slight reddish hue to it. But yeah, that's all ink. So here we go. Boot layer green. Put that right there. That should be more than enough, but we shall see. I'll take a little bit of my glazing medium. I'll put that over here on the side. You can use a flow aid. I usually take this, I'll dip my brush in it, and that's how I mix my paint. And I'm noticing right away that this brush may not be the one I want to use because it's old. And right by the ferrule, it doesn't come to a point anymore. So let me reach over here. This is a Winsor Newton Series 7. You don't have to use that. That's just the one that was right in front of me, and that's the one I'm going to use. All right, we're going to start. Let me move this up just a little bit. On these pieces right here. Now I'll probably have to go over them once or twice. But I'm trying to be careful not to get that on the brown. Although it's been primed, and I have these two brushes here that I'll use to wipe off anything that's on there. So I'll lay this green down. I'll do the first one and then do a color check to see how it looks. And then I'll go in and I'll touch everything up. I'm being very careful. I don't want any brush strokes in there. Best as I can. I'm not as proficient with a brush as I am with an airbrush, but I'm learning. It's all about practice. Yeah, I think that green's gonna look really good on there. So we just lay that down just like so. Hey Hugh, how you doing? You notice I'm using my pinky here to steady my hand. I lean it up against there. Anything to try to get up. At my phone. Sorry about that. That's probably my wife. Give me a second there. No. Anything to get a steady flow. I'm trying to make sure that I cover everything. After I'm done here, maybe later, before I hit it with a matte coat, I'll double check everything to make sure that I got no nothing showing through, no brush stroke. So we're just gonna lay that green in there. Just like that. Now there's the green. The yellow. Now yellow's a pain in the ass to paint. There's some here. Is that still good? Yeah, that's still good. That yellow's been sitting in there for about a week on this palette. This might be too thin though because I had thinned this down real good. So we'll take that yellow. Yeah, that's too thin. But that's okay. A couple of coats should do it right. I heard you the first time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put maybe that's too thin. I got it too thin in there. So I'll pull some of that yellow. Move it around. This is real wet, so I'll take some of that and move that around. I don't want it too thin, but I want it thin enough. It would have been smarter to paint those white and then paint them yellow. But get that yellow in there, try to cover everything up, make it nice and as smooth as I can get it. And then I'll show you what it looks like against that blue and that violet of the hair. So there it is right there. See that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So before I continue, I'm going to use a little white. It'll help paint over that yellow. So I'll take a little Style Res. And I got some right there on the side. I'll grab some of that Style Res. It'll help that yellow. Because what I'm doing here with this, I'm going to have to do alongside this here too. All of that. So it's not going to stay white. I'm just using that to, and I'm going to go over these one more time. So let me just do that. Help that yellow to, because of that brown that's up underneath it. It's poking through that yellow too much. At least with the white, it won't be so noticeable. Yeah, this little detail work takes a long time to do, man. It is a pain. But once it's done, it's beautiful. You know, when you finish doing yours, guys, once it's finished, you're gonna look at it and go, "Wow, I did that." Yep. So I'm just gonna prime all these little white circles in this Style Res. Just like that. You could actually leave it in the white if you wanted. Now that I'm looking at it, but I want color to it, so. So we're gonna do this, and I'll end up doing this same thing on the other side, but I'll do that off camera because I don't think you guys are gonna want to sit here and watch me just climb all. Who knows? Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to listen. I hear my dogs barking. So that means either my wife is home or my daughter's home. I'm trying to hear because I just heard the car door close just now. That's my wife and my daughter. All right. Again, this is Stynylrez primer, the white that I'm using. All right.
That's why I have cats. They don't bark.
They don't bark. They just look at you kind of funny.
Yeah. Like to read your mind.
Great. Wet this. You get a little paint somewhere you don't want, as long as your piece is dry, sealed. You dip this in a little thinner water. Takes off whatever mistake you made. All right, I'm going to hit this with a blow dryer. There we go. Now, let's go back to this yellow now. Much better. There it is. You're not fighting the color now. Because of that white base, the darkness underneath that is not showing now. And then, so we get that on there. Yeah, you give yourself a fighting chance with this. If that brown was too dark, like right in there for this light color. So you want to add a white or an off-white or something, especially with yellow. So Yeah, that's how she's now. See, that looks really good. See that? And then here, these will be red. And all those colors are in that triad.
So you give a white color first, base color, so you'll be more vibrant yellow.
Well, yes, that's part of it. The other part is, you see, because this is a dark base.
Yeah.
The yellow, when you lay it down in your thin coats, you could see that dark base. You're going to have to keep going over and over until you smooth it out.
Correct.
But number one, it'll give it a brighter base. Number two, it'll be less paint you got to use to cover that up.
Okay.
Again, I have a little bit of right here. That's that glazing fluid. Every now and then I'll dip my brush in there and just come in here and mix it in. So let me get this yellow laid down. Just like working with it now. Then again, I'll go over it. I'll take a look at it once everything is painted and whatever needs to be touched up, I'll go back in and touch it up. I'll go outside, take it in the natural light, see what needs to be touched up, what doesn't need to be touched up. But yeah, that white Stylo Res helped a lot. It made the yellow more vibrant, but it also made it easier to paint it. So let me zoom over here because that's wet. So I'll work on this one to give that side time to dry. We got a real nice one coming up for our Christmas bust paint off. Soon as I get the word that it's being printed, I'll let you guys all know. If you guys want to be a part of that, I'll tell you where you can get it. It's a little Christmassy bust. It's a female bust. So let's get the yellow laid down. Did you guys get the candy for? Okay. Okay. I was out at the store and I forgot to get candy for the kids.
Yeah, you can't make homemade stuff anymore, like cookies and donuts and stuff, because the parents just throw them out.
Yep. Back in the day, my mother used to get rolls of dimes.
Yeah.
And she'd give them a rolls of dimes. Now that's too expensive now, but when I was a little one, yeah, that's what we used to do in the neighborhood. There was a guy on the corner when I was growing up. He used to give you a roll of quarters. Him and his wife. No candy. It was just they give you money.
When I was in the orphanage, we'd go trick-or-treating with the nuns, and we'd get back, they take all our candy away from us, only give us a couple of pieces a day.
That's because they were eating it.
Probably.
Damn penguins.
It's like Christmas time. All the companies would donate toys to us,
Uh,
and we get one toy, then everything would go in storage until like birthdays or something like that, which wasn't bad, I guess. Gotta be here somewhere.
all right, there's the yellow on that. Let's get back to that green. Now, had I done this in white, it would have brightened that green up real too, but that's okay. This looks good. Yeah, guys, there's a link at the top of the comment there. Thanks, Mike. If you like what you're seeing, if it's of any use to you, I have a buy me a coffee link at the very top of the comment section. You don't have to, but it would be, it helps. Whatever you can give. And also, don't forget, if you're watching this for the first time, please like the video, subscribe. We're thinking about doing a few more of these. What I think I'm going to do is, with these, I'll end up, whatever you see me paint on these lives, I'll most likely end up doing giveaways on them after I'm done painting them. So, want to help, contribute to that, just hit the buy me a coffee at the top of the page here, and you'll help for that. Because whatever, like I said, whatever you see me painting on these here from now on, I will be giving it away to a subscriber after it's painted.
And they are pieces of art.
Well, thank you. Thank you there. I paid him $50 to say that.
Hey, your check bounced last week.
Oh, shit! My check bounced. God darn it. So I like that green and that yellow. And then that red, the little red pops here, and then this will be green. Well, hell, I might even put it white. Who knows? Yeah, like I said, we got some fantastic stuff in the pipeline. We're gonna do one for Christmas. When that one there is ready, I'll tell you where to pick it up. So those of you that want to follow along while we're doing it, or watch us back at a later date, and you buy it, the bust, you can do it. We'll get that in here. See, I would like to have some music playing, but I don't want Daddy YouTube to spank me. And I do not like that generic music they play. Michael Wheaton and I were listening to some CCR before we went live, right, Mike?
Yep. I have that album too.
Yeah.
LP.
you see me going back over these, and that's just to make sure I got full coverage of that green over everything. And this one here it's tedious, but it's easy to paint because these parts here are raised. Dread, what's going on, brother? How you doing, mate? All right, so there's that. Just keep moving along. Get that green in there. I think it's gonna look nice once you got the red, the complement on the outside here. See, those could have been yellow, those could have been red. So you could have went either way. It's whatever you think you want to do. Just remember, in my case, and some of the other guys here painted the hair very similar to the way I did mine. You don't want to have that same color here because it'll bleed into the hair, and it's all just one jumbled mass of color. You want to differentiate, but you want to also have colors that complement each other. And it can be any color you want, just as long as they don't clash. Squeeze in between work, huh, brother? Yeah, Dread, Solving Abuse UK, the man, great painter himself. Okay, so we got one more of these to do on the underside. I want most of the green. There'll be greens on the top, but most of the green is going to be down here. And that's because that's what I wanted it to. So up against the hair. Needed something that would complement that hair. All right, now I got to go over this. Make sure I got my brush strokes cleaned up. And as I'm doing this, I notice that yellow can use a little touch up, but I'll do that as soon as I'm done with this green. It's not that it's had a time to sit a bit. Okay. There's a little spot right there. Right here. Okay. We move on to the last part of it. There we go. Later, brother. So we'll get that green laid down. I'm going over it with one coat first, and then I'll go over now. Make sure I got it all. So there's no brush strokes in it. All right, now I'll go over. So I'll start over here, where it's dry already. Like that. Right there. That one. Okay, there it is. And that worked out great because I'm out of green. So now there's a few spots here. We're just going to touch all that up. That one. Where else? I saw another one. Right there. Make sure none of that white's showing through. Okay, I think that'll work. So there's that, and we'll take I don't know. I'm kind of torn by either using a Warlord purple, that right there. Oop, I'm sorry, that right there, or a red. Let's try a red. Make sure I shake that up real good. I'll grab some of that red, put that right there. Thin it a little bit. All right, let's try this red and see what it looks like. Let's go here on the bottom. What? No, right about here. Let's try this one. Nope, too dark. All right. Too dark. So that means I have to go in and lighten these up. Gotta be real careful here. All right, yeah. So I'm just using this so that red is not as dark. Put a point on that. I'm in there. I thought I'd get away with it. I thought that was bright enough. Sometimes I wanted it a little darker, but that was just a little bit too dark. So that's why when I'm using that's what a good thing about using a wet palette, you can keep that paint wet. All right. So there's that. Now I'll take a little bit. No, I can use that stylo resin there. Let me grab a little bit of that. And then I'll mix it in here just to lighten that up just a scotch. I'll grab a little bit more. Just to lighten it up just a smidgen. All right. There we go. Much better.
What's on top of your wet palette? Is that wax paper?
This
Yeah.
came with it. You buy it. Yeah, I'll show you in a second. Give me I'll show you where you can get them on Amazon. It's that Masterson's wet palette paper, or you can use what do they call that? Oh shit, I got a roll of it here. Parchment paper, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I bought a roll of it off of Amazon, the parchment paper.
Yeah.
But I got a bunch of sheets of this, so I figured I'd use these up before I start cutting up parchment paper.
How much different is that from the cooking parchment paper?
Oh, it's not different. There's some that are thicker than others.
Right. Okay.
I personally like the one that's like in between, not too thick, not too thin.
Yeah.
But I have a link for that in my Amazon where I bought the roll of it. Got it pretty cheap too, considering you can get some regular parchment paper from the grocery store.
Yeah.
That'll work too.
I have to give that a try. I got some upstairs, so.
Yeah, parchment paper works okay.
Ask your wife first.
Oh no, it's not. Whenever they come, they need cling wrap or something, and they run out of it upstairs. They come down here and grab everything I got.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, my CA glue, because they all go get their nails done. My CA glue disappears. hey, could you do you got something that'll do good with this, or especially my tape? They know where the tape drawer is. I just tell them don't grab the good tape. You know, you're gonna grab tape, not the good stuff. And what do? They grab the good stuff. Yeah, see that white helped brighten up the base, and plus I added a little white to the red, so very little, but enough to. It was too dark, so I'm just going over it right now, very thinly, just to make sure that I got full coverage. So okay, there's the inside of the sombrero. So that's gonna sit. Hey Jeff, Dominique, how you doing? That's gonna sit just like that. So there's that's how she's gonna look. Of course, I gotta get this done, but once this is painted, it'll give that overall effect, you know. So you see how that green plays off that purple or that violet? Real nice.
Yeah.
Then you got the red down here and the white. So, all right, I'm going to hit this with a blow dryer. Now I'm going to put a glove on so the heat from my hand doesn't pull that paint off. So I'll give it a couple of seconds here to dry, and then I'll go and I'll hit it with a matte coat. But I kind of like that green there. See, those are organic colors, so I kind of, it doesn't overwhelm. The colors, the hair is what you see when you're looking at it now. It draws your eye right in here. Everything draws all those colors are drawing your eye right there to that white. And that's what you want. Remember, guys, I'm going to be giving her away. Let me find, while I'm giving this a couple of minutes to dry, let me open up my YouTube. And I will put the link for this. All right, give me a second. Let me find that. It would be this one. All right, let me shut up. I don't need you talking. All right, this would be okay. I want to make sure I get the right one, guys. So I'm going to put right here the link. The link I just posted, that way, right there, if I can get my hand to do it, over there by the comments to the right or underneath, wherever the comments are showing up at as you're watching right now. That's the video of the first video we did when we first started painting her. In that video, I announced that I was going to be giving her away to a subscriber. You have to subscribe, like, and subscribe. All you have to do if you want in on the giveaway, number one, you got to subscribe. Number two, you got to like the video. And just type in the comment section, I'm in. I'm in. That's all you got to do. 2 weeks from now, I'll be going over all of those, putting you all, assigning numbers to them, putting them in a random generator, and live. Will be giving her away. So in North America, I'll pay the shipping. Outside of North America, shipping's on you because it's a killer. It's expensive here now too. So, but also, while I'm doing this, let me do this real quick. If oh, come on, really? Give me a second here. This damn thing. Give me a minute here, guys. I'm trying to get my. Let me make sure. Give me a second. All right. There's the video. You like that, Dominic? I'll tell you what. There's the right underneath your comment. I put a link in there. If you're subscribed, like the video, and your name will go in for the giveaway. I'm giving her away once she's done being painted. Also, guys, I'm going to put in, there's the link for my Buy Me a Coffee. If any of this is of any use to you, if you like what you're seeing, we're going to be doing more of these. I will be giving mine away. The guys, that's theirs. They're mine. After I'm painting it, I will give it away. We've got a couple of things coming up, and there's a few things in the pipeline that I think you guys will like. So if you like seeing this stuff, man, and if you'd like to be a part of this, number one, subscribe. Number two, like the stuff. Leave a comment down below. Number three, if you can, there's the link. I'll also run it down here on the bottom. There's the link to my PayPal or my Buy Me a Coffee. So if that's something you can do, if it's what it would be greatly appreciated. Okay, now that I got all that done, now I'm gonna go hit this with a matte varnish real quick just to protect it, because my hand's gonna be sitting like this, so I don't want the heat from my hand to pull that paint up because it's not protected. So let me go hit this with a matte coat real quick. Okie dokie. Now that's dry enough for me to touch it. Now that I've got that on there. Yeah, Dominic, it'll cost an arm and a leg to send it, brother. To the Netherlands. Yeah. But like I said, I'm giving it away. So if the brothers overseas, if they win it and they want it, we'll work something out. So there it is. Now I can put my hands on it without worrying about pulling that paint off. So I'm gonna do the rim at very end, and I'll probably do, well, we'll see if I got enough time. I probably will. So now I'm gonna start working on this in here. Now, I want to continue with that green and that yellow here. But I want to have some blues in there also. So I don't know if I want to go. I'll stay with the green and the yellow, and then I'll probably on the inside this maybe some red right here, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red, and then this thing in here might green, yellow, red. This one will probably be like an orange color. This piece inside, because I'll do the same thing with the band. So this piece here, excuse me, and the band will be the same color. So let's get that green out down first. Actually, no. Excuse me. Let's get the red down. Now for that, I've got a wedge brush, excuse me, a wedge tip. Where's it at? This one, right here. That brush right there. Oh shit, that sucks, you. All right. I'm gonna need a little bit more red, so grab some of that a little bit more. I like that color. I added a little yellow, and there's going to be orangey, but I don't know if I want that. Nope, I don't like that. Where's my off-white? A little off-white. I'll put that right there. Grab a little bit of that. A little bit more. Just mix that in there. A little water. I don't want it so bright red. That'll work. All right. Where's my glasses? My blind ass can't see. All right. Now, seeing that that's raised, I'm going to try, without screwing this up, just kind of like almost a dry brush, but a little bit wetter. Just like that. I'm trying very carefully not to get it inside those little cracks there, or those little spots that are in there. So there's that. Just very gently running it over the top. Not putting any pressure down on the brush. Just lightly gliding it right over the top. Just like that. So we're gonna get this stitching, and I'll probably end up going over it again. Like I said, it's almost like a dry brush, but you just letting it glide over, because if I push too hard, I'll get inside where I don't want the paint. So I'm just going to let it glide right over the top of it. So. Just like that. You see that? It's got really nice magenta-ish look to it. We're getting there. Now, what you got to remember with these things, they're colorful, man. They're very colorful. So don't be afraid to slap color on them if you got one of these. If you look up sombreros on there, you'll see they're very, some of them are just simple black, white with gold and silver trimming. But when you get in, some of them are just really loud and beautiful, you know. Okay, there's the red. So we got that laid down. Now, this inner part is the one that, all right. We're going to get loud, guys. There's that orange I was telling you about. Yeah, we're going to get loud. Make sure there's nothing on my hand. Yep, that's got to be painted white. All right. Get a little bit more Stino res here. Make sure sometimes you got to pull the little, it dries on your caps. You got to get that off. You know, I think I'm trying to figure out what color to use. I know I'm going to use my yellow. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what color to use in there. I'll go with that because I already got. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I can change my mind. All right. Make sure I got the red off of that. Get some of this on my brush. get that in there. And while I'm at it, touch up those. I better use a different brush for that. It's too wide. All right. Just trying to get most of the brush strokes out of it and get a good coverage with this white. I'll lay that down. Again, I'm laying down that white primer. Number one, to help brighten up the color that's going to go on top of it, but also number two is to help break up this dark brown that's underneath it. Now, in between colors, like the brown and then this has all been what you saw me do here. I sealed it. So it's easier to handle. And if I make a mistake, I can use a brush to go in there with some thinner before I seal everything to clean off my mess. Now, it's a little bit more difficult if you use a primer to get off, especially the stylus. So if you're just using regular paint, that'll come off easy. So if you're using stylus, be very careful because that stuff does not come off as easy with a brush with just simple thinner or water on it. See, I got a little boo-boo already. I can see it right in here. Let's see if I get that out of there. Where's my brush? Make sure that's wet. All right, got it right off. All right, back to my brush here. I'll touch up that white that I just cleaned up. I'm not worried about it now. I'll go back over it in a second. I just want to get all of this painted up. Like I said, I'll go over all that in a minute. This right here that I had to go up and clean up. Again, it's just, this is not there for complete coverage. I just don't want to see any brush strokes. This is there just so that paint will bite into it. And it's not as dark when I lay it down. that. I'll clean this brush off. Hey, Gary. Mr. Ride the Wind. All right. Now I'll go in, and these little circles. Because remember, those are going to be yellow, like they were down here. Now, if you came in late, what I am doing is I'm priming over the base that I had for the hat with white Stynylrez, like here. That's going to be a different color, a brighter color. These that you see me doing now, they're going to be yellow. So if I decided to do the yellow, if you were watching, I went and did the yellow here, and it did. You could still see that brown in it. It would have taken 2-3 coats. So I'm trying to do this, and it was too dark. So the yellow or the white will help brighten up the yellow, and it'll also cover up that dark brown that's underneath. So it'll be easier to paint and work with. All right, there's one here. There's one there. And there. Let me get the ones real close to that band. There's one right there. Right there. Right here. Here. And I think that's it. Okay. Let me get back to these little circle ones. Whoop. Let me clean this up just a little bit. There you go. Now let me get back to these guys. The lacing on the brim will be the last thing I do, because there's all of this. So that'll be the last thing I do. But before I get to this, I want to get this here so I can shoot it with a matte coat, then do that. So I'm using a number 2 broken-toed sable. It's an old one. It doesn't hold a point anymore. But for this application, I really don't need it to. I need it to hold somewhat of a point, but it doesn't have to be super pointy. The green I will paint with either my Raphael 8404 or my Winsor Newton. And it will most likely be the Winsor Newton that you saw me use on the other side. So I'm just laying this down. Then I'll check the comments, and then I'll go ahead and I want to give that Stynylrez a few minutes to set up. Hit it with a blow dryer. And then we'll go ahead and finish painting the sombrero here. Like I said, I keep repeating. I want to keep repeating that this will be given away to a lucky subscriber when I am done painting it. If you look in the comment section, I left a link for the video. You have to be a subscriber. The link is up there. Hey, thank you, Gary. Your hangout's worth 170 miles per hour. Thank you, brother. Dominic, you take care, my friend. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to be giving her away. I'll pay the shipping in the continent here in North America, depending on where in Europe you are, or England, or excuse me, the UK. You'll have to pay the shipping. But there's a link there. Just go to that. It's a YouTube link that I put in the comment section. Go there. You got to like the content. You got to subscribe to the page. And in 2 weeks, she will be given away. So stay tuned for that. I'll have updates for that. All right, so now we got all the white done. Now, I still don't know what color I want to do that band. Once I lay the colors out, it'll give me an idea what color the hat band will be. But I don't know. We'll see. I might go with a this orange. I don't know yet. That orange. Where's my brush? I'm really thinking about. Let's see if that'll work. Yeah, right here. So we're going to use that orange right in here. It's a complementary color to the green and the red and the yellow. It's probably going to take 2 coats to get it to all cover everything. Yeah. It'll all come together in a second, guys. Once the green and the yellow are in there. I was going to use blue, but I thought, nah, let's stay with these earthy tones. How you doing, Mr. Wheaton? Your mic's off, Mike.
Well, I'm painting my roses now, and then let that dry. And I got the base coat of the paint on for the hair.
Okay.
Now, if I want to do the hair darker in the folds, you said purple.
Well, that would, yeah. You already got purple in there, right?
Yeah.
All right. What color is it? A light purple or a dark purple? It's hard to see with the light. So
I have a deep violet right here.
all right.
But the blue is mostly a dark blue. I mixed the blue paint. You know, I'm using the Game Air Magic Blue.
What purple do you have?
I have deep violet.
Let me see. Let me go to you real quick. All right. Okay, that violet. Now, what you
Yeah.
want? You have a glazing medium, right?
Yeah.
Put 2 drops of that with a drop of a glazing medium. Mix it all up, and you use that to glaze it inside the creases.
Okay.
And just glaze it in there, and you can build it up as dark as you want or as light as you want.
Okay. I got you.
All right.
Okay.
Let me get this turned that way a little bit better. Okay. So now I'm getting these earth tones laid down. How you doing there, Mr. Lang?
Going cross-eyed.
Yeah, I told you I warned you guys the sombrero was going to be the rough one.
It's going good, though. It's going good.
I mean, it's not hard. It's just repetitious, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this isn't even detail. I was just amazed at the kind of stuff the other guys do at the detail.
Yeah, this is not that bad. It's just a lot of it. That's all.
Yeah.
And you know what makes this even better, though, as I mentioned earlier, it's raised, you know?
Yeah.
So it makes it somewhat easier to, shit. You see that? My hand just jumped. And see, I use a wet brush. Cleaned it right off. Woo! If I didn't have that sealed, ooh, that would have been a pain. So that's the first coat of orange down. I quite naturally am going to have to go over that one more time. And now I'll go over it with a thicker coat. Just to make sure. Grab a little bit of that glazing medium. Just run some through there just to make sure I got it nice and smooth. Again, don't forget, if you're watching now, later, whatever, if this is of any use to you, there's my Buy Me a Coffee link. For those of you that have already donated, thank you. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Whatever I get from this, I buy paints. And it'll help me to continue doing this with the guys, you know. And like I said, whatever figure, I'll let you know. But for the most part, the ones that I paint here live with you guys, I will be giving them away to a subscriber. All right, there's a brush stroke right there. Get a little bit of that, make a little glaze there, and then come in there and just glaze it right over that. Help smooth that all out. Oh, I hear that rattle can.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right. No. It was just like, oh, he's getting ready to drop a mat coat on something. All right. So there's that color. I'm going to hit this. I'm going to mute myself for a second, hit this with a blow dryer. Oops, I was muted the whole time. When you're doing stuff like this here, what I was saying before I noticed that I was muted, you got to make sure you got a good brush. It doesn't have to be a $23 brush or a $25 brush like this is. You can get a good I prefer Sable, but you know what? Some people use Tacklon or the synthetics, and I use them too. There's nothing wrong with them. But make sure that point is what you want. So you want something with a good point. All right, let's get in here. Ah, shit, my hand just, I got to get a good position so I don't make a mess. And again, I'm going to have to go over this green. So what you're seeing me doing now, this is just the first coat of it. Like Michael Lang says, my eyes are hurting. Oops, sorry about that. I'm bumping the damn camera. Before I move on, I want to make sure that I spend time on each and every one of these so I don't have to come back to them. And that's that one. Whew. Gotta hold your breath there. Now you notice how that green is playing off that orange now. That's why I went with that. And then once the yellow is laid down, yep. Let me get these inner ones first. These are the harder ones to do. Gary says he saves you sneaking into the wife's room to get one, huh? All right. Damn it. A little bit that went over right here. that out of there. Touch that back up. We're good. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. All right, so trying to get all these little ones on the inside first. Because those are the ones that seem to be the hardest to get to. For me, at least, they are. When we get those, shit. My hand slipped. Green paint tastes good. Let's see. Let's be nice and careful, nice and easy. All right. Got the ones on the inside done. And I'll just go over certain parts of them. Make sure that they're all okay. So now, let's get the green here on the stalks. There's a flat spot right here. It's better to come at it this way. Trying to find a good angle to paint this at where I can keep it in the camera, because usually I'd be all up like this with it, real close. And I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Hey, brother. So now let's go ahead and touch it up. Make sure there's none of that brown showing. You got a nice coverage of that green. That'll work. Make sure I get in there as best I can. Just like so. Get that done. Where are we at? Almost 2 hours. All right. Let's get that laid down there. Grab a little paint here and just make sure I get a good another coat on there. Come in here. And I'm just taking very little on the tip of the brush. I'm trying to get a good grip. Keep my hand from moving. I'm just going over to make sure that it's all copacetic. Again, it's just a lot of repetitious detail work. It's not necessarily hard. It's just a lot of it. But what makes this easier, like I keep mentioning, and I just mentioned to Mr. Lang, that they're raised. So makes it a little easier to paint with these raised details. Because let me tell you, you're not always going to get that lucky with these. Once the yellow's on there, this is all going to come to life. Pull a little bit of this red right here. I got a little on that little green on that red, so I want to cover that up just a scotch. Right there. And I'll go over the whole thing like this to see if there's any overlapping paint on it. So come in with that point and just boom. Yeah, you guys are nice and quiet. Everybody's in concentration. Lay that down just like that. So this will be the last video of this particular build. Once I finish her, I will do a video letting you know when I'm going to be giving her away. Again, like I said, it'll be about 2 weeks. Give me time to take a look at the names, get everything set up to give her away, and hopefully announce our next painting video. I'll get together with Hobby Man Mike because he's supplying the busts. He's printing them up for us. He's also going to have them for sale on his website. When he tells me it's good to go, and the guys are going to order theirs, and then we're going to go from there. All right, there's the green. Now let's go back to the yellow. I'm going to have to pull some here because I mixed up a bunch of yellow in it, and I'll put it right there. Grab a little of that, my glazing medium, mix it into my yellow paint. Oh, shit, I forgot this one. All right, my bad. I forgot the front.
So what does the glazing medium do?
It just helps thin it, and it's like it makes a glaze out of it.
Okay.
Thins it real nice. You can use water. You can use Flow Aid too.
Right. Okay.
I just had the glazing medium in front of me. Well, takes a little longer to dry too with the glazing medium. But yeah. You could use a slow dry if you want to blend, you know.
Right.
To get that leather look, what do you use? Just a leather color?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. It's a little bit more involved. And I'll tell you that right now. Give me a second. Let me do this. Why, are you trying to do it now?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you base your hat in? What's the base color of your sombrero?
Black.
No, that's the base color?
Well, I haven't, it's black primer.
Okay.
What should it be?
Hold on. Let me switch over to you.
Oh, go ahead. Don't
No, it's okay. All right. What style of res do you have there? Do you have a tan or a tan flash or a neutral yellow tan? What do you got?
I have a tan.
All right. Take that tan.
Uh-huh.
You're going to spray the whole fucking hat with that.
Okay.
And then this is what you do, Michael.
Yeah.
You get yourself a little cup like, wait, hold on. You get yourself a little cup like this here.
I have that.
Or just something, a bottle cap, anything. You get your where, let me reach over and grab it. Transparent burnt umber.
Okay. Oh, I have that.
So then you put few drops in there. Now you can thin it, or you don't have to thin it. But what I would suggest is after you put that neutral color down on your hat, hit it with a matte coat real quick.
Gotcha.
Seal it. You take that. Now, if you've got, let me see, a brush like this, a soft one like this.
I do have that.
You put it in there. It's got to be soft. This is a little stiff. You want a softer one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A round soft or oh shit. You could use
No.
a dry brush. You could use a dry brush too, but a little one. All right. So what you're gonna do is once you get that on, once you put it on, you know, you get it, you take the ink, right? Yeah. And you start stippling.
Okay. Yeah.
You start stippling. Where you want it darker, you add more. Where you want it lighter, you add. Now you do. Once you stipple it, now you have another brush, something like this. Okay,
Uh-huh.
something like that. While it's still wet, you can stipple with this too. You know what I'm saying? While it's still wet, you want to dry one like this, and then you're going to take it and do this
Okay, wipe it down a little bit.
very gently.
Okay.
Where you want it to build up darker in these shadows here,
Uh-huh.
in the rim there, and you want it lighter here.
Gotcha.
Same thing over here. You want it darker in here. You want it lighter right around the rim, and you want it darker at the tips there.
Gotcha.
But it's just stippling. That's all it is, Michael.
Okay. Yeah, I'll paint this thing tonight with Final Res tan, and then I'll do that.
Yeah, and when you stipple it, Michael, you want to go even. So if you see it getting too heavy in certain spots,
Yeah.
get a dry one and just stipple it and mop it up.
Gotcha.
You know, and that'll do it. So
Okay,
yeah.
thanks.
All right, so there's the front. So now let me put my glasses back on. Now let's get back to this yellow here because I was so rudely interrupted. Now I'm just messing with you. So now we'll take the yellow. There it is. See? Now I'll go over that again with a glaze, but right now I just want to get the primary coat down. It's like so. And then I'll go over everything that needs to have another coat of it. So again, these are the colors I'm going with. Doesn't have to be the colors you go with. So remember that. Just because I like these colors don't mean that you're going to like them. I'm going for, God darn it. Every now and then that hand slips. Joshua.
Okay, give the eyes a rest.
Yeah. No, give yourself a rest. Just take a minute. I'm going to do that in a second myself, man, because after a while, your hands start slipping, you know?
Yep. And you can only hold your breath so long.
Yes, that is true. That is true. So I'll get the inner ones. Take a second here to answer questions or check the chat. So yeah, you can paint these things any color you want. I mean, hell, you can go with colors that are against each other. I mean, I don't see, why not? But if you want it to be, all to be pleasing to the eye, I mean, you can do a Picasso, I suppose. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're unsure, grab yourself your little color wheel. They got one online. You can look at the one online too. But if you notice, see how I'm going with that color? It all blends in.
Yeah.
And then when it's on her head, you'll notice it'll all blend in. Then when this is done, it'll all blend in real nice. But that's the color I'm going with. Doesn't mean, might not work for you. I'm trying to keep it more, how should I say this? Ethnic? as far as the colors are concerned. Because if you look at anything of any paintings of, like my people, they have a lot of greens, yellows, reds, blues, whites. Awesome, Gary. Awesome. You'll like her, man. She's a nice figure. I enjoyed painting her. Got the one I did it for my wife. And I had to add, of course, I had to add a dragon to it. The dragon isn't, what because the Drogon only had 2 legs. That would be a not a dragon, but that would be shit. The ones with 4 legs are called something else. They're still dragons, but they're called something else. And that's the only one I had that would fit that figure. So it looks okay. It served its purpose. So I think this band is probably going to be yellow also. I don't know yet. Or this color, the color of this in here. Like that orangey color. I don't know yet. The band is usually colorful. It's usually what stands out. It's bright. So I might go with the yellow. We'll see. Or white. White will go good down there too. But white's too stark for this right now. It'll blow out all these colors that are on there right now. Too loud. So I'm trying to fill all this in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and touch all those up just a little bit with a glaze. But if you Google La Charra, man, there's got to be a few hundred. This thing has been around, this figure, or this bust, I should say, has been around for a long time. There's all kinds of paint-ups of this. Some good work people have done over the years. And there's the inside of the hat. Now, of course, I didn't do the band. The band is probably going to be the same red here for the band. But yeah, there's the inside of the helmet or the hat, the sombrero. It's more earthy, it gives it more of that earthy look to it. So once she's on her head, there you go. That's what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got the back of her hat right there. So that's what I was saying about that blue and that green. It complements it. And then everything up here, when you look at it from this way, will complement everything down below. So,
what color blue did you use on her dress?
That's white, but I used this in here is oil, and it is you could use you can airbrush that violet in there, or let me find it. If you have the diaxylene purple, this one here,
I have that.
that's what I use for the shadows.
Okay.
Then there's very little bit of Payne's gray. So I laid the Payne's gray, the purple in there, and I took a little bit of Payne's gray for the deeper part and just diffused it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right. So I'm going to let this sit a second. Well, let me get the band first. Let that sit a second. I'll hit that with a matte coat, and then I'll do this, and then we're done. So there's I like the way that looks, you know. I like the way that looks. And again, I'm going to be giving her away, guys. I'm going to be giving her away to a lucky subscriber. So, all right. I need to get something, a glass of water. So give me a second. I'm going to move over to the rest of the guys here so they can all be there. So there you go. We can watch here. Let me put it on Michael Lang here, so all the pressure can be on him. There you go. You know what? That's a nice color, Mike. That red, and you got that in there. That looks good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, with a little. What are you gonna do? Those little dots with the yellow, the little buds.
Yeah, I think I'll do it. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I think the yellow will look really nice, man, because your hat's red.
Yeah.
I think that'll look really. Yeah, that'll look really good. Oh. Let me get something to drink, guys. So, for all you little juveniles out there that are watching, do not try this at home. But Grandpa, old Smog is going to have an adult drink. Because my eyeballs are all cross-eyed right now. So, little Smog here is going to have him a 2-finger dirty. I'll do it real quick. Some of that right there. That was quick. Let's see, 2 fingers. Yeah, 2 fingers should do it. And maybe 3. A little whiskey. I dirty it up with a little ginger ale. Yeah, I know. Michael Wheaton's looking at me like, you fucker, why are you doing that with that?
Yeah. Hey, I tried that. It ain't bad.
I told you, it isn't bad. Okay. So.
What do you think? Fluorescent yellow or radiant yellow?
Go with the radiant yellow. Do you have any other fluorescent yellow on there?
No.
Go with the radiant yellow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because the way you got that red, that yellow is going to look really nice. And that band, you could do that band in like a purple or a red. Not red, like a blue or a purple.
I was thinking of blue. Nice.
Yeah, the blue because of the red. It'll look really, really nice, man.
I've got a Carillion blue, so that might be too light. I don't know. Now we'll see.
Wait a minute. Is that the color that's on the tube? Is that the color that's inside?
Inside?
Yeah, the color the blue that's on the tube itself, is that the same color that's on the inside? Oh hell yeah, man, that'll work.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll look really good. Because look at that. Look at your red.
Yeah.
And hold that tube up to that red, and it'll give you an idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was the same light color, but no, it's a little bit darker.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is go shoot this with a mat, and then we're gonna work on this. Where am I at here? I'm gonna shoot this with a matte coat, and then I'm gonna work on that. Now this is the pain in the ass because it's just swirls, and you gotta be real careful. So you're gonna have to go over it real light, like this, so you don't get it inside those little those little holes there. You want to have that little darkness in there. So let me go shoot this. Oh shit! Before I do that, I keep saying I got to do that band, and I keep forgetting. I'm going to do that band in that red. I like that red, so let me get that band in that red. Now this will be a little darker because I'm not gonna tamp it down with white. As a matter of fact, that might be. I want it a little darker red than that. That's too light. I want that light on the outside. I don't want it on the inside. So let me slap a little bit of this right here. Grab a little bit of this. Cut it. Like so. Clean my brush. Okay, here we go. So we'll get this red. Right around the band. Now I'll probably have to go two coats of this. Because I didn't put any white down.
What red is that?
This red is, give me a second and I will tell you. This is Evil Sun Scarlet.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit lighter than the Mephiston red. It's not as rich, but I didn't want the Mephiston red on this. I wanted something just a little bit. This is this one's the Mephiston red. Actually, it's a little bit darker. I'm sorry. But no, it's a little lighter. This is the Evil Sun Scarlet. This is the Mephiston red. See that?
Yeah. It's almost the same color as my my bones. MSP red, which is a herical red.
Yeah.
So that's close enough. You have a lot of paint that they don't make no more.
Oh no, they make this.
Do they really?
Evil Sun Scarlet. Yeah, it's a Citadel one.
Yeah,
I have a lot of Reaper paints that they don't make anymore.
yeah, I got a lot of Reaper paint. I got a lot of Reaper figures.
So I wanted that band a little darker than this here.
Oh, those look nice.
So and again, I'm going to have to go. It's going to take two coats to make sure I got everything covered, but make sure that I cover every bit of that needs to be covered. Make sure I don't have too many obvious brush strokes in it, you know? Whoop. I know it's hard to see right now because of the way that the brim is overlooking it, but I'll show you in a second. And in here, I'll use my little gypsy because I got a little paint there. Took it right off.
Ooh. Close.
So I'm just working my way around that sweatband there. Grab a little bit of this. Now I'll start glazing it in there. Just to smooth it all out.
Nobody.
He's like, yeah. You said no. And he's like, yeah.
I thought I was muted. These cats want in here.
I can hear it.
He's a little whiner.
He's like, but Pops. All right, there's the band.
And my whole thing is full.
Now, see, the band is just a shade darker than that right there.
Yeah. And that red you used on the other red, what color was that?
Same color. I
Okay.
just added white to it.
Oh, okay.
That's this right here. This one right here.
Yeah.
It's the same color as that. See that? There's the white.
Uh-huh.
I just took a little bit of the white and I mixed it into that.
Okay, made it lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So there's the band.
It looks nice.
So now I got to get this. Now for this, I'm going to have to go over all of this with white first because I'm going to have a, see, I don't know if I want to do it in this color or if I want it brighter, but if I go brighter, it'll clash with this. So I think what I'll do is I'll use that orange with a little bit of white in it just to lighten it up, just a touch, you know, just a little bit. So let me grab some of this.
That's going to be very tedious going over those little lines.
Yeah, it's going to be tedious because I got to go over it with white first in order for this yellow or this orange to really look good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put that in there in my white wet palette. I've got white paint here, so I'm not worried about that.
Mm.
So I'll take see, this is where the fun begins because you take this and you just got to be real careful as you lay it down.
Kind of dry brush it.
Almost like a dry brush.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is I want to lay it down so that orange will be more vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really matter right here, especially these. You're not going to see brush strokes with this, but I want to get a good coverage with it, you know?
Yeah.
How you doing, Lynn? So we got that. And with the orange, I'm going to do the same thing. Same thing I'm doing with this, I'll do with the orange. Turn it around. Just very carefully. Dry brush it. It's almost a dry brush, but it's a little wetter. Didn't I say I was going to seal this?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, oh well. Oh well. Shite happens. See, I'm getting some of that inside there, and I don't want it in there. I gotta go in with this little guy. Take it off. Just like that. Or you can go with a brush and just keep going over and over and over and like that. Which, something like this, you can just do this.
Keep an eye out for Grubhub.
What'd you order?
Spaghetti and meatballs and bread. I was going to cook, but I go, yeah, it's a Saturday.
Yeah. My wife, they're making beef stew.
Yeah.
I went and got everything I needed today.
Yeah. Today's it's Halloween for all the kids.
By you?
Yeah, where we're at today.
I think tomorrow is ours.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never heard of it being, well, usually it's on the 31st, but I guess that's a school day or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Monday, yeah. So,
but I'll put a big pot of candy out there and say, that's it. You guys have fun. When it's gone, it's gone. When my wife was alive, we decorated, had spooky movies on, showing outside.
When my kids were little, we used to do all the decorating.
Yeah. Haley was little too. It looked a little creepy for a 71-year-old man to do that.
Not really. I got a neighbor that's an older guy, and he does it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he decorates. He's got it's really cool because he's got an inflatable dragon out there. He's got all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah, the whole neighborhood's kind of lit up and stuff, because they're.
All right, now we go on the inside now.
You're just using a white, like Vallejo or something?
No, this is Steinolrez.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm using a Steinolrez. So I'm just going in and see, I didn't want to have to do it this way, but it's probably the easier way to do it.
Yeah.
The way I'm doing it like this just takes longer. That's all. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, they're having all the bars downtown are having big Halloween parties.
Did you see what happened in Korea?
No.
Oh, God.
All those people, they were having a Halloween. I don't know what it is. They were out, like a mart outside a festival.
Yeah.
And they all stampeded. It's like 170 something people got killed.
Whoa.
Yep.
Well, why is Korea celebrating Halloween?
Well, that's look, they got the American influence in South Korea.
That is true.
So
you ever been to Salem on Halloween?
Never.
I have. Their patches, their police patches have a witch on them.
Yeah, I got a witch on a broom or something.
On a broom. I have a couple of patches. We traded patches when I was there. They go all out there. Of course, they have a history of witches and stuff.
Burn the witch, burn the witch.
Yeah, you kind of wonder in the old days, 1600s and stuff, what they were very superstitious and.
Dude, if you had epilepsy, they'd have killed you.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Caesar. He had to hide it.
Yeah. One of the reasons that all those intermarriages, in the kings and stuff, because one, they were drinking water from lead pipes.
If they drank water.
Yeah. So just basically between the interbreeding and the lead poisoning, they were wacko.
Well, look at the Romans used to flavor their wine with lead.
That's true. It's a good way to lose your hair.
Well, that's why they were fucking crazy and they were all bald.
Yeah.
But yeah, they used to. That's what they used to use in their wine to sweeten it. Was lead.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's because they didn't have the opportunity to put antifreeze in. Like,
And you know they would have done it too if you'd have given it to them. I was watching something on the History Channel about that a while back. That could be why they were so fucking aggressive, you know.
Yeah.
Their wine was cut with lead.
made it sweeter.
Well, it does. It makes it sweeter.
It also makes you crazy.
Well, yeah. After a while, sure. Well, dude, if you were in the Roman days, if you lived to be 30, you were an old man.
That's true.
Spaghetti meatballs, garlic bread,
Thank you.
marinara sauce for the garlic bread.
Gotcha. You want garlic bread?
I have pot stickers.
I wonder if I paid for this. Probably did. She has my daughter has all my credit cards loaded to all her Grubhub and PayPal, stuff.
I know that every time I get, hey, Dad, we're going, and the food will come. I say, okay. Then I find out that they got my card or they got my wife's card. I'm like,
Yep. I get a notice. You've been charged $34 on your debit card.
Like, for what?
Well, I'll be gone one day. She'll have to use her own credit card. There you go.
Yeah, right.
I'll show her.
I mean, we were just talking about like the age back in those days. Fucking Alexander the Great was a teenager when he started taking over the fucking known world.
Yeah. They had ran a couple of specials, like 4 specials in a row on Vikings. I've been watching those.
Yeah, those guys were young.
How they took over to, Ireland and England and stuff. And England wasn't even united. It had different kingdoms inside of England at that time. 800s, 900s.
Yeah, going to school, you'd see, they were dirty barbarians. No, they weren't.
No.
And they didn't call themselves Vikings.
They groomed their hair.
They were some of the most sophisticated fighters, and they had their own shit. What you read in a lot of these history books about Vikings came from the church.
They were trading in Baghdad at one point.
Yeah.
They had trade routes all over the Middle East and stuff.
Yep. They were here in the Americas.
Yep, they were up north, up to Nova Scotia.
Yep.
It's too bad they didn't keep going south. They'd have found Florida. It'd been nice.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. The natives on the eastern continent had stories of red-haired white men.
Yeah.
In dragon ships. So that's where a lot of people think the story of the feathered serpent in Mexico comes from. Because he showed up on the ship. He was fair skinned. If you read the accounts of what he was supposed to look like, that god Quetzalcoatl, and then he left on the ship on the sea and said he'd be back.
Well, those ships were unique in themselves because they flexed. They didn't use nails, so to speak. When they were attached, they overlapped each other and then kind of flexed in the ocean, which made them really strong.
Yeah, La Charra is it's like I just saw what you put on your Google. They came up with horsewoman. Yeah, it's La Charra is like a cowboy, but she's a female cowboy, So that's the term for it, Gary. I'm sorry, Michael. You were saying?
Oh no. What was I saying?
You were talking about the Vikings.
But yeah, they were very well groomed, and they had a, you know,
Yep.
and the women were warriors too.
The women were some badasses, man. Them shield maidens. You didn't mess with them girls.
Well, you know that from growing up. You never want to piss off a girl off. They will hunt you down.
Them shield maidens were something else, man.
Girls don't forget.
Especially if she's got a sword and a fucking shield.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm laying down that color. So forgive me, I'm gonna have to get a little tight on this.
Okay.
Because this is a little bit more detail work. So like Michael Lang says, my eyes hurt. But I'm going to take it one little bit at a time. And I'll just get that little scoop here first. And then I'll come down and start doing everything else. This is what takes the time. This whole ribbon around the hat. Because you want to get that right, but you don't want to fill it in. You know what I mean? You want to keep that shadow on the inside there. And this is where a nice fine pointed brush comes in handy. Now, I'm going to go over the whole thing. But as you see, I'm holding it close to the body so it doesn't move. Now, you could put it on a rig if you want, or a piece of wood. But for me, this is easier for me to paint it this way. So yeah, this is a now you guys get to watch my whole process, fuck ups and all, because there's been a few of them. There's been no outtakes. So whatever I've done, other than me doing the hat, that's the only thing I didn't film or I didn't have done. I was showing Steve Sutton's daughter how to do it in a private hangout with Steve Sutton and his daughter. But next time, in one of the ones that I thinking about doing coming up, there's a coat. And in that coat, I'm going to do this technique, and I'll show you guys how to do this technique. But I just got to make sure I have them in my hand first. You know what I'm talking about, Michael. What we were talking about yesterday, I don't know if you were in the hangout when we were talking about that.
Who, me? No. Wheaton?
Yeah, Wheaton. You weren't in there, Mike Lang, but Wheaton was. I think.
Yeah.
Was. So I just got to wait to see what shows up, and then I can go from there.
I believe early last night.
So there's you see how it's starting to come together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just slowly working my way around. I'm trying my best not to get it inside those little openings there, so you can have that little. So it looks like stitching. You know what? A green would have looked nice on this too. Now that I come to think of it, as a stitching. That's too late. That doesn't look bad. I actually kind of like it. Yes, sir. It's a lot of work.
Well, if you weren't doing this, you'd be out partying, drinking in the bar.
Well, I don't mind doing it. I like doing it. It's just
It's fun.
I enjoy doing it. It's just that it took a while for me to be able to do it on camera, because what I'm used to doing is I'm when I'm painting, I'm more of a loner.
You have rock and roll on the.
But yeah, the music. I told you. Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah.
The music is jamming, and I get lost in it. You know. But you know, it's good to do it every now and then. You sit down with people you know, like what we've been doing here. You know, you get ideas from them. They get ideas from you. You know, it's good to do it that way.
Yeah.
You get out. You know, painting on camera it gets me out of my my comfort zone. It also, believe it or not, painting on camera, you get more. You become more of a disciplined painter because you're paying attention to everything you're doing.
That's true.
You know, because you don't want to look like a fucking bots. You know, when you to whoever's watching.
Yeah.
So you try to be as disciplined as you can.
Hey, Gil, I gotta go. I will watch this on YouTube channel.
Go ahead, man. Go eat your dinner.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and say goodbye and let and
No,
check
no.
with you guys later.
Go ahead, my friend. Go ahead. We'll talk to you later. We'll talk to you later, man.
Okay.
All right. So, and then there were two. So I'm just going to finish this up. As you can see, that's the way it's doing. Gary, there will be another one. Probably in about 2 weeks. Maybe I gotta make sure. Number one, I gotta make sure that that whoever's going to get in on it can get their print. So it all depends on how quick we can get the prints. But yeah, there's going to be one for Christmas time. And there will be another one right after that. And that one, I'm going to keep that one a little secret because I want to make sure that number one, I know it's coming. You know, there are going to be some really nice kits. You'll be able to get it at the. I'll have a place where you could pick it up. You know, whoever the person that's supplying them. But those are full resin kits. They're not 3D resin. The ones that are coming. So details will follow. But I got somebody that wanted to sponsor a paint off like this here, a painting thing. And he was willing to send some of his kits. Now, again, I want to make sure that they're here before I finalize it. But for all intents and purposes, it's going to happen. He's a good man, from what I understand, man of his word. So they're coming. Might take about a week for them to get here, so we'll see. All right. Now, I have to go in and start cleaning up, like in here. Bringing that down. Across. Making sure that most of that white doesn't show anymore. But that's how it's going to look right there. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is we've been doing, how you doing, Adam? Wayne Lasby, how you doing, brother? So let me move this over here, this way again. And just give me a second. I got to giving everybody a headache the way I'm moving this thing around. I need to take a minute, man. My hands are cramping up. So let's see. We got Wayne Lasby comes in. Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate that. Adam, here's a question from Adam. What we talking about, and how do I get on in it? All right. Give me a second. Let me take a drink of my adult beverage. Let me pull in some nicotine here. All right, Adam, what we've been doing is for the last few weeks, we've done, this is the third one, right, Lang?
Yep.
Okay, this is the third one. The first two we did, I'll show you them in a second.
Actually, it's the fourth one.
Yeah, we did the elf bust and then the Medusa, right?
Right.
Okay. The first two we did, I was showing these guys how to do skin tones. So I was teaching them my method of doing skin tones. So this is the first one we did right here. It's a bust by ny3dcreations.com, printed it for us. The guys bought theirs. We all came online and we all did this one. This was the first one. I showed them my technique of doing facial, you know, how I paint. So that was the first one. The second one we did was the Medusa. So that was the second one we did. The third one, of course, is this, the Charra. We have another one now. Let me put these back before I drop them. Let me set these over here.
We did the Conquistador before the Charra.
Oh, the Conquistador too. We did the Zombie Conquistador. I forgot that. That was after the Medusa. We did the Zombie Conquistador. Then we started on this one. So what we've been doing is guys that are interested in painting figures. You know, they're able to go on. We have somebody that prints them up for us. You can order them from him. And on my, I need more paint here. I'm sorry. On my Facebook groups, the Styrene Syndicate and Red Dragon Model Works, the guys, members of theirs, were able to pick one up. You can do it too. I can give you a link for it. And if you're interested in painting a bust, you don't have to be a beginner. It doesn't matter what skill level you're at. All that matters is that you want to paint. Now, it's called the Way of the Dragon because this is the way I do stuff. You don't have to do it my way. You can show me a different way. the whole point of this is to show everybody that painting a figure is not hard. You know, once you get over that, you're good to go. You know, that little fear that everybody has, that most people have, that have never painted a figure, think they cannot paint one. Well, yes, you can. You just got to have, you know, patience. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to get this here. So that's what we're talking about, Adam. So if you want to be a part of that, thanks. What do you mean the figures? Yeah. Well, it whatever your skill level is, and I'm gonna tell you something. Some of these guys here that are part of this, you should see some of their work. It came out really good. Really good. Like you got Michael Lent here. Let me show you. He's working on that right there. That's his. That's the hat. How many big busts have you ever painted, Michael?
This will be the fourth one.
So you learn different techniques from different people. We've got like Jerry is a pretty good figure painter. So you know he's there. It's not just me. Everybody has a different skill level. So the whole point of doing this was not to oh, look at what I've done, you know, look at what Gilbert can do. No, it's about look at what we can do, you know. So that's what the whole thing's been about. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna have to refresh. Give me a second. All right, here I am. Sorry about that. I had to refresh my my browser. It froze up. So if you've never done skin tones and you want to learn how to do skin tones, come hang out with us. Pick one up and come hang out with us. If you want to learn how to blend a little bit better, come hang out with us. You know, if you want to learn how to use pigments on your skin tone, Jerry does really good work with pigments. As a matter of fact, I just picked some up because his work with pigments kind of intrigued me. You know, so I wanna try them. I myself use oils or acrylics and inks. But I like the way the pigments look on certain things, you know. So I want to try that out. So I just finished this one here, Adam. Hold on, let me show you. But where are we at? Right there. Let me get a little closer. I just finished her. And then I did her base yesterday during the hangout. But yeah, just finished her. If I can get it. Come on. Come on, you. Damn you. Damn you. Yeah, I can't get it to. That light flare is hitting it. But yeah, there she is right there. This is a 3D resin print. It's called Steampunk Girl. If you guys are interested in it, you can go get it at ny3dcreations.com. I'll put the link here right now. If you're here in the state. Anyway, you know, let me find it. Where's it at? Let me open up this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Do this. A lot of the 3D prints I get, I buy from this guy. You can pick them up wherever you want. But most of the stuff that 3D prints that you see us working on, if they're 3D prints, most of them will come from that link I just posted. And that's where that sheet came from. And that's where this came from that I'm working on now. So anyway, let me get back to this. So I need more orange. So we'll throw a little bit more here. I'm finishing up this band. So I want to make sure. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of little swirlies here. So here's where it gets, it gets tedious. So you'll see me stop every now and then because my hands will start cramping up. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that I get that all in there. Gary says, look at this. Hey, Michael, check this out. You can watch the series of The Elf and My Mother-in-Law on Gil's channel. The Gorgon. Oh, shit, that's funny. Now, Adam, I'm going to be giving away this girl here that I'm working on right now. I'll put the link. Let me put the link again. Give me a second. Let me just get the paint off of this. Let me get the link for you. When she's done, when this girl is done, this is what she's going to look like. Like that. Oop. Yeah, the lights. I'm sorry, the light's getting really. But there she is. When she's done, I got a base for it too. So I'll show that at the end. But when she's done, I'm going to be giving her away to a subscriber. So right here, I'm just posting the link again for the giveaway. Go check out that video. I explain, the rules for it. Little fruit flies everywhere. I had a banana and I threw the peel in my garbage can, and when I went to throw the garbage out, I noticed shitload of little fruit flies in there. In the North America, I'll pay the shipping. Outside of North America, because of the way shipping's costing now, you pay the shipping. But she's going to be given away in a couple weeks once I get her finished. Right now, I'm just finishing up this. I'll have to go in and tighten everything up with some inks and stuff. And you see, I'm trying to cover up all that white that I just used as a primer so I could lay this orange down. Because I didn't want that orange so thick or so dark. I wanted it a little bit brighter. And I might put a magenta or fluorescent over the top of this. I don't know yet. We'll see. I don't see myself doing it, but anything can change. You know, I can go eat a mushroom and come out and say, whoop. Yeah. If you want to jump in on this, Adam, just subscribe to the channel. Go to that link, like, and subscribe here. We're on the videos. And in that link, just put in, I'm in. That's all you got to type in the comments. I'm in. Next week, I will sit down, make a video, close the count on it. And then the week after that, I'll take everybody's name. I will assign it a number, run it through a random generator, and we'll pick a winner. And we'll do that live. The next one I'm going to paint, not the Christmas one, but the one after that, will be also given away. Maybe even the Christmas one. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I love painting these things. So, and I enjoy when other people get them and they enjoy them. Yes, I do commissions, but you know what? Every now and then you got to give back to your subscribers. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Now I'll go inside here right on the brim with ink after I get all this done, reestablish some of those highlights or those dark areas that I got there. Serves two purposes. It'll reestablish that highlight and it'll also hide any boo-boos I did with the white paint. So it's not because I feel like, oh, I got to do this because it'll do this. No, it'll help hide some mistakes. So, yeah, give me a second. I'll look at the comments in a minute. Does my mind, hold on. I just started reading and then I started painting. Let me do this here real quick, Adam, and I'll get right to you in a second. I'll answer that question. Okay, Adam says, does your mind's eye know what you're going to do with a piece when you get the piece and then choose what to do? Yeah, for the most part. Things can change while you're painting it. But for the most part, yeah, I already know what I'm going to do. I've already got an idea of what I'm going to do. Now, again, things can change as you're painting. That's okay, brother. Life gets in the way, man. You know, just I'm thank you for subscribing, though. You know, I understand. So you know what? If you're already subscribed, Adam, go over to that link I just put up there. It's about 2 comments up. That video, just put in there, I'm in, and you'll be able to win this. Enter in to win it. And there will be other ones that I give away. So stay tuned for that. There might be some that are not painted that'll be given away also. We don't know yet. I'm in talks with people about stuff like that. So it helps them grow their business, and it helps me to bring more content to you guys. So yeah, this is a lot of tedious work right here. I painted one of these before for my daughter, for her shop. And I distinctly remember all the work I put into that, what I'm doing right now. And it was like, damn, I'm not painting one of those again. And here I am painting another one. So yeah, once I get all this laid down, I'll add a glaze to it over this just to tie in any loose ends that I had here where any white paint is showing. And then make sure that everything is smooth. And then I'll show you guys what she looks like with it on, because I'm almost done with it. As far as what I'm going to film. The rest of the stuff, you guys, it's just me going over and over and over it, you know. So rather than bore you, because I know how the algorithm is here. I've been doing this for a long time, and I know that once you start getting into these long-winded videos, you lose people. And I'm going on 3 hours right now on this one. So, and it's been 3 hours of painting. So when somebody asked me how long did it take you to paint this, you guys, the base coat on the brown was already done, but it's 3 hours of just small little detail work. But it's well worth it in the end if you haven't tried it. It's well worth it in the end. Because whatever you learn here, if you do cars, you can do on an interior of a car. You can use these skills for other things. So we're almost there. And again, there's going to be some cleanup. So if you see a little bit of white inside there, don't worry about that. That'll all be cleaned up. This is just the first coat of this yellow or this orange. And then there'll be a lot of cleanup afterwards. You know, touch-up work here. A little cleanup there.
So what would you suggest for the scroll work here?
Hold on. What's that?
The scroll work on the inside of the hat here.
What would I suggest?
Yeah. I have a purple and I have a violet.
What yellow did you use for the dots?
Radiant yellow.
Hold it up so I can see it towards the screen there real quick. Now you're talking about which one? The one I did? Okay. Okay, the outer one?
Yeah.
A yellow would go good, but you already got that. You got the blue on there.
Yeah.
Your hat itself is red, so you could go with you got like a you got something like this. Hold on. This is a Warlock purple.
I might have a pale purple, another warlock purple, or something else. Let me go through my Citadel bag. Yeah, another bright yellow, a bright purple. Yeah, probably would. Yeah, probably not. What do I have here?
What kind of let's see.
I can always get the warlock purple tomorrow. They're open, so
What do you got? What do you got as far as purples in like Vallejo? Or like, or do you have anything like that, or in the other one, the AK color?
what do I got? So I got the violet, and I got the purple. The purple's a little bit lighter.
Take the purple and add a little white to it, lighten it up a little bit, and that now put it against the red and see how it looks. No, the red of the hat. Now, if you lighten that up, that would look good.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, just add a little white to it.
Yep.
All right, let's get back. Let me finish. Those new Predator kits are nice, Adam. I was looking at them the other day. They're really nice. Is dinner ready, guys?
It's ready.
Okay, I'll be up in a little bit.
Your bowl is already on the table or on the counter.
Okay, I'll be up in a second. Oh, they made some nice soup, man. So I just want to touch this up right here.
I'm having a photo.
That's fine. Look,
Oh, good. I like it.
I like this. Yeah, I like those colors. Picasso. Kids, too many memes, man. You guys, my daughter says I like it. Picasso. It's a meme. You ever hear that meme? Ooh, I like that Picasso. All right, now we'll just start touching up wherever I got some white that I don't want it to show. So, okay. So now the rest of it is going to be touch-up work. You guys have already seen, so you don't need to be seeing all that. So that's the way that the sombrero is going to look. There'll be some touch-up work in here. But this is how she's going to look. See, that sits in here like that. And then you have the base that goes right in there. So all together, that's what she's going to look like. Right there. Let me pull this back just a little bit. So all together, that's what she's going to look like. Right there. Yeah, Adam, they do. I got a daughter that's a painter. I got a daughter, and she sings. She sings in a band. She's got her own band. I have another daughter who's a poet and a painter. My son-in-law was a painter. My grandson's a painter. My brothers and sisters were painters and artists and musicians. So, yeah, there's some kind of artistic bug in the whole family. Yeah, my kids that grew up watching me paint motorcycles and do all kinds of stuff. So, all right, guys, let me switch my camera over. Okie dokie. So, I'm going to off camera. I'll go ahead and I'll clean all this up. Add a little, glaze to this orange here, Add a little bit more ink inside the swirls inside the little loops. But there it is. I'm going to seal this, and then I'll do all that work. And like I said, that's how she's going to look when she's done. Right there. That's without the base. I'll show you the base in a second. I don't want to drop her, so that goes like that. And then you have the base here, and the base goes up underneath. So there she is right there. Now, again, like I said, there's the, hey, thanks, bro. And since Christmas is coming up, maybe Santa might send you something from Canada. So, listen, guys, I really appreciate. Let me put this in here. Damn it! I always mess this up. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Let me get this glove off. It'll help. All right. Thanks, you. I appreciate it. Remember, guys, I'm going to be giving her away. The link is in there. It's the first La Charra video when we sat down to paint. I left the link in the comments here. I'll end up doing another video where I'm discussing just her giving it, when I'm done with her giving her away. If hit the like button, the bell, so you can be notified when I go live with that. Give me, put some likes on it. Please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I just put, there's a buy me a coffee link there. If any of this has been of use to you guys, if it's something you'd like to see followed, me do, and the guys do again, please consider dropping us, whatever you can. It doesn't matter, $1, $1.50, it doesn't matter. Whatever you can. If it's something that you enjoyed watching. Remember, the link is up there. I'll post it again right here. This is the video. If you want to be a part of when I give her away, the links come. There's the link of the video. Subscribe to the channel, like the thing, help me push this along so we can get that algorithm. And in the comments, put I'm in. So what I'm going to do is, I'll have her finished off tonight. But what I'm going to do is, next week, next Saturday, I'm going to close off the giveaway. Then I'm going to take everybody's name, assign a number to them, in the comments. So you'll be able to see the number in your comments. And then I'll take those numbers and I'll run them through a random generator live, and we'll pick a winner. I will pay for the shipping in North America. That's United States, Canada, Mexico, but anywhere overseas, guys, it's a killer. I just shipped a bunch of stuff out. It's just, they let me have it. So if you win, and if you want the figure, I'll send it to you. If you're overseas, but you got to pay the shipping. Here in North America, I'll pay for the shipping. So, gentlemen, everybody watching, thank you once again for watching. Stay tuned because we've got 2 more coming up. One is a Christmas one, and the one right after that is going to be really cool, guys. And when I'm done painting that one, I'm going to be giving it away. Wait till you guys see that. It's pretty cool. Thanks again for watching, man. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, guys. Peace. Leave the drama to the goddamn queens, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.